What's up, Facebook group? How are you this week? Just had an amazing Mother's Day weekend and catching up on all things family, friends, life, rejuvenating. I just feel so much energy now, and I want to pass that energy on to you guys because I just feel so much power in how the world is churning right now. Just so much power in how the world is churning and how real estate is going. So many new things coming about in real estate. And I've been in this business since 20 or 2000. You know, how do you say that? Since the year 2000. I was going to say 20 something, but anyways, we're in 2024 now. So 24 years. And I've seen a roller coaster of things happen in this world. And I'm so excited for the future of real estate. And my students. So my students are currently, I have one closing on one closing on two, another one closing on five, and then another one closing on one, and then two more, three, putting out offers, right? Finding deals and putting out offers. Who here wants to do that? Like, come on! Like, it's so much fun to do real estate. Yeah, it's for me. Anyways, I can only speak for myself. So much fun, and my students that are having fun doing it. So it's so fun because one of my students that's closing on five kind of like lit a fire under one of my other students. She's like, "Well, I want to close on six." And you know, it's just fun. It's just fun. They're kind of gamifying it, and it's fun, and it's real, right? So you can have fun and do real estate too. It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be uh, mundane. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be all the things that may come to your mind. Tell me in the chat what comes to your mind when you think about real estate, and what's holding you back in it, right? What's holding you back in it? Let me see if I could see everybody here. Type in the chat hello at least so that I could see you and know that all systems are working well. So Zoom can no longer be streamed inside of the group. So I can't use my Zoom like I normally do. I've been gymming it for the last couple of weeks trying to get in here. But it will not stop me from reaching you and giving you what you need to be inside of this group. So type in the comments, say hello. Let us know where you're coming in from. Networking is such a big deal in this industry. Today I wanted to talk to you about, how some networking can go. And the scams that are out there. I just had one of them inside of the Facebook chat scamming some of my people inside of the group. So please beware of who you're speaking to inside of the DMs, inside of the chats, inside of Facebook, period. I'm going to give you some warning signs to look for. That's kind of like the downside of any business, not just real estate, but of any business. You get a lot of people that are, that don't want to play fair. So I'm going to tell you what to look for. But please type in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let me know who you're talking to. Let me know who I am speaking to. And I want to go over private money lending, hard money lending, how to find it for your deals, how my students are closing on multiple deals at one time, okay? And how you can too, right? There's nothing stopping anybody from doing this. Hey, Marjorie, good to see you. There's nothing stopping any of you from doing this. Let me know in the chat, when you go to do real estate, what's the first thing you think of? It's hard. It's frustrating. You don't understand all the moving parts. What is it for you? Okay? Is it fun? Is it exciting? It doesn't have to be negative, but what is it about real estate when you think to go do it? What are the words that come to your head when you go to do real estate? Okay? We like to have fun in our group. We like to have a lot of fun. And like I said, my students are kind of gamifying it right now. We got one that's closing on 5, and another one's like, well, I got 2, and I'm going to beat her because I'm going to close on 6. So it's fun. It's fun. And they're doing this because they can. Why not? So where people get stuck in their heads is, Well, how are they finding funding? How are they analyzing the deals? Well, how can they do more than one? Because I've been told in the past you can only close on one. How are they? Yeah, those questions are real. Those are real. And so there's the traditional world, and then there's the savvy investor world where we get to play. It's not even just my world. I mean, I make it funner, but in my opinion, my humble opinion, my students love uh, playing, right, and sharing their stories and helping each other because they get to have fun doing it. Not every mentorship has that. It's just mundane, like, here's the how, go do it. No, we like to have fun doing it. So, in saying that, I get a lot of feedback in where people have been stuck in like previous programs or, Google tubing, trying to find answers. And it's not more information you need, it's action that you need to take. Okay? It's action you need to take. And that's what I help my students do, is to take action and learn at the speed of instructions. That's the toughest part. You're like, I'm trying to be patient. I want the end result. Everyone always focuses on the end result, right? But if you go with the speed of instruction and rinse and repeat, it's super easy to do. So once it's super easy to do, then you actually get to have fun rolling and do all the pieces that matter. So with that being said, you make sure we do the work, and that's how one I actually do. Yes, thank you, Marjorie. So today I wanted to talk to you about, and let me know if you guys have questions. Go ahead and type them into the chat. And I wanted to welcome some of the new peeps here. Do you mind if I do that real quick? Because I want to make sure everybody is seen and heard inside of this group. If you have questions, please speak up and let us know. If you're just sitting there on the sideline, then that's all you're going to get is sideline. Okay? Sideline behavior gets sideline results. So participate in the chat, participate in asking questions, let people learn from your story, let people learn from, maybe you put out an offer, maybe you talk to somebody about a house and you have questions. This is where we get to come together every day, Wednesday, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, to be able to answer them live and have fun doing it. I don't know. I like to have fun. We got a lot of things rocking and rolling here. Let me see if I can see my live. I can't see. Did you guys see that we did a 15-hour? I do not see me live. I'm obviously live. However, I don't see it in the face. There it is. Ta-da, ta-da. All right. So, some of the new people inside of the group. I'm just going to read off a few of you here. Oh my goodness. What is there, like 30, 40 people there? So, Ramona, Danny, Valora, Ashley, Kara, Kara, Blythe, Patricia, Bobby, Angel, Wilma. Wilma, that's such a great name. I love Wilma. Do you remember Wilma from the Flintstones? She was my favorite. Believe it or not, she was my favorite. I love Wilma. Nancy Cooper, Nelda, Violet, Sylvia, Cynthia, Sab, Bobby, Darcy, Christina, Destiny, so many more. I'm just reading off a few of you so that I can say hello and welcome to the Get Started and Retire Early Real Estate Investing group. We do a lot of training inside of this group. We're live each week so that you can ask questions. If you are Google tubing trying to figure out real estate, this is the place where you take action. Lots of action here, okay? So welcome to the group. As far as private money lending is concerned, some people go, well, who are these unicorn lenders, right? Let me see if I can find my document here. Who are these unicorn lenders? And how do I find them? So I get that question a lot. I was just on a call with a couple of my students trying to figure out the whole money lending situation on a property they have. And one of the things that pops up a lot when I'm in a training is people wait to find the money first before they find the deal. And it seems logical, right? To have the money first before you close on a deal. But here's the thing. You need to put the cart before the horse because nobody could see you in action. Once they see you in action, they want to be a part of it. They don't know that you need help unless you show them that you need help. I hope that part makes sense right there, because that's actually something you should write down. And remind yourself, if nobody could see that I need help, how do I get it? Okay, so you have to be showing. And how do you do that? You could be showing that by networking. Networking is 98% of how real estate is done. 98%! All of it else is just Google tubing stuff that you're doing, information. You guys are on information overload. You don't need any more information. Okay, you have an information highway out there of how to do anything, how to tie your shoes, how to do real estate. Anything you need to know is on the internet. Okay, it's the action piece that everybody's missing. And that's where I'm putting my students into action. And we do the 5-day challenge, which we have one coming up. Who's ready for a 5-day challenge? If you've been in it before, you know that it's action based, right? I make you take action so that you see how all the pieces work. I don't tell you what to do and leave it at that. I make it so that you actually do the pieces that matter, so that you can actually close on a deal. So, anyways, when you're doing real estate, there is a whole, like, if I had a nickel for every person that said, I got all these deals in front of me, I've been running numbers all day, and none of them make sense. There's no deals out there. If I just had money, I could close on these deals. How many of you have said that? If I just had money, I could close on these deals. That is the wrong way to think about it, my friends. That is the wrong way to think about it. So, if you just had deals with other people, if you showed them that you were doing the work, that's when they come out of the woodworks. And it's not before then. So some people, they won't ever show anyone that they're doing a deal. So nobody knows you're doing real estate. And you're the only one that's frustrated. Everyone would love to help you, but nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows. Speak up. So this is how we speak up inside of the 5-day challenge that we got coming up. We take action so that you understand all the questions that are, all the typical questions, how to understand your market, how to understand finding motivated sellers, running the numbers, what team should you be connecting with, and how to fund a deal, right? So all of those are included inside of the 5-day challenge so that you can rock your real estate over and over and over again, okay? You have to take action, all right? Action brings clarity. Action brings clarity. Some of you think just information is power, but it's information plus action is power, right? It actually brings clarity, because a lot of you are like, well, how to in your brains, but you would know if you actually just move forward. Okay, so enough of that. I want to make sure that you guys understand the difference between private money and hard money. Okay, the difference between private money and hard money. And one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is because one of my students was scammed. And I think it's super important to bring it to your guys' attention so that you don't get scammed. So one of my very first syndication deals I did, multi-million-dollar project in Maui, and I was the person in charge of all the money. It was a development in Maui. And I dealt with a lot of different private money, well, so-called private money lenders, all right? So what happened was I didn't know any better at the time, and I didn't have any mentors that would show me any better. So I'm going to give you my experience so that you could take it home and beware, all right? And I'm saying this because it's even worse now than it was before. it's just getting worse and worse with all the scammers out there. People saying that you can make, 10,000 with just pushing a button. Like, don't listen to that. I have one in my group now. For some reason, I can't um, seem to get her out. Like, Facebook says there's a technical problem with removing. So, anyways, they're offering day trading. So if you have someone inside my group that's offering day trading, it's none of my people. It's not me. I don't endorse any lenders in here. I don't endorse any day trading, any other way of making money in here, other than with real estate and the Starfish program that we've been speaking about in the financial fitness class. Those are the only two things. So if you're getting hit with anything else, disregard it. Okay, disregard it. We try and I protect this group immensely from scammers getting in here. They look like real people, and you click on their stuff, and it's, sorry, people from Nigeria that, and I say sorry because I know a couple of great people from Nigeria. So I'm not saying that that's solely it, but that's typically who it is, scammers, and all different parts of the world, but that seems to be the majority of them. Okay, so just know what you're looking at. Take a deep dive into people and ask them some real questions. If they're not talking proper English, you probably don't want to talk to them. Okay, that's like your first sign. Another thing is people go to networking meetings, or they're in a group or something like that, and they see a post that says, we'll lend 100% financing on your deal. Private money lender, we'll lend 100% at 6% interest rate. That doesn't exist. Just know that. It's a scam. It's a bait to get you in there, okay? One, to get you on the computer. So when I did the syndication in the Maui development that we were on, syndication is pooling investors' money together for a large project, multi-million-dollar project. So I gathered all the money lender investors and put them into a project. That's what syndication does, okay? So just in case you're asking. In doing that, a lot of scammers came out of the woodworks. And I got on the phone with, or I was DMing in the messenger on my phone. And he said we needed to get online. He wanted to get on my computer. And he needed to download something. I'm like, what? And so I freaked out and I shut everything down. I'm like, there's no reason for any of that. So if someone is not making any sense to you, listen to the voice in the back of your head that goes, there's something weird here. You can hang up. Don't talk to them. Because sometimes we're not sure when we're doing it. And that's the moment we get taken advantage of. Don't click on any links. Even if you think they're legit, check them out. Hard money lenders are licensed. Brokers are licensed. So check out and make sure that there's a license somewhere. Ask them for a license. And so for a private money lender, they don't have a license. But it's like you and me, okay? It's just basic people that have retirement accounts or mattress money sitting in the bank that they want to put to work, okay? So it's a little bit more difficult to find them. They usually find you, okay? And how they find you is by you doing the work, which is why we have the 5-day challenge. So I just want to hit it home with doing your due diligence, okay? Doing your due diligence. In my group, in any other group, I've gone into other groups, and it's just so spammy. They're just spamming all kinds of crap everywhere. So just beware. Don't click on any links. I can't say that enough. And know that no private money lender says, I got money, I want to lend, over here. Nobody does that. So when you see that, that's your first red flag. Okay? I see that you go to even an in-person one. If you go to a meetup, in-person one, and you say you're looking for a private money lender, and they come rushing up, hey, I got money, let's lend. That's not a private money lender. Typically. Very rare would that be any different. that's typically a hard money lender. Okay? What's the difference, Joanna? Hard money lender is more institutionalized. Okay? It's guarded by the SEC, and they have certain regulations, just like a traditional bank, like B of A and Wells Fargo, and mortgage brokers. However, they're more lenient because it's more of a pool of private money lenders versus government attached to the bank lender. Um, so there's less criteria. It's more based off of the asset than it is you. Do they want to know what your credit score is? Sure. Don't let anybody pull your credit score until you know everything is legit and ready to go. Okay? Say, oh, it's around 640, whatever it is. What would it be if it was around that? Just ask that question. Okay? And don't even let them talk you into a soft pull. All right? And no fees up front. If somebody wants fees up front, run the other way. All right? I had someone say, oh, we'll lend you money. We'll connect you with all the dots. Let me see the best way to put this. And for doing this, I'm going to charge you $10,000. That was the big kicker. I went, huh? So that is not normal, just so that you know. Usually fees are 1 to 2% of the loan amount. They'll call them points. Hard money lenders call them points. They'll say, oh, 2 points or 4 points. And that's just a percentage of the loan amount. Okay? So don't pay any. The only money that you would pay, like if you were in escrow, actually in escrow, is an appraisal fee or an inspection fee. Other than that, you shouldn't be paying for anything. Okay? And if they say that you need it and you think they're legit, just use somebody else, because it's just don't. That's the best way I could, just don't. So how are you finding private money lenders? By doing the work. Okay? You can literally, and I have Marjorie do this. Marjorie found a deal, and I said call 7 hard money lenders. Just Google hard money lenders near me. They're freaking everywhere. There's like, I don't know, 20 pages, 1,000 money lenders that will pop up. So use Google to your advantage, right? Who my people are, my lenders, my private money lenders, my hard money lenders, my brokers, whomever I have doesn't matter. All right? Because I'm in a certain state, I have certain criteria, I'm a different borrower than you. So this is why it's important for you to do it, okay, in your area, and have the property in hand to talk about. Because as soon as they pick up the phone, they're going to go, well, what's the address? You're like, oh, well, do you have something in contract? No. Well, call me back when you have something in contract. Click. That's the conversation you're going to have. Okay? So, during the 5-day challenge, we help you to understand what looks like a potential deal, and for you to use it as a piece to talk to people about. Okay? A piece to talk to people about. You need something to talk to people about. Get into contract. Have a property that is a potential deal. We teach you how to find that. Okay? And the more you do that, the more team members are going to want to play with you. So I just had one of my students today saying, hey, I looked at this house and I said A, B, and C, and I had a gal speak up, says, I want to work with you. All right? So she's building team. She's adding to her team more people. The more she goes out there and does things, speaks to people about her real estate, the more people are on board with her. Okay? But don't think you're going to do this business by sitting at your desk and running numbers and go, none of them work. Well, because they're not going to work. You have to create it. You have to create and make it work. What would work? That's what you lead with. What would work? Okay? And believe it or not, your friends and family, people around you, wherever you speak, you should always be speaking real estate in some fashion, about the market or a deal you're running or something, so that people can go, hey, Marjorie, how's that deal going? Right? And you could say, well, I ran the numbers, I talked to 7 different lenders, and none of it made any sense, so I'm on to the next one. Okay? And they go, oh, she's doing another one. Okay. And then she gets another deal and does the same thing. And tells everybody that she's doing this deal. All right? And then they come back and go, how's that deal going? Well, that didn't pan out. The numbers didn't work. Okay? She's just saying that because she ran it. She created what was available, what would be right for her to invest in, and it did not work out. Seller said no, or lender said no, or none of the pieces came together. But guess what? On the next one, this person or other people around her are going to go, you still doing that real estate thing? Because like all of a sudden now they're interested because they might have had some money come up, a rollover on a retirement account, or a sale of a property, or anything could have happened, an inheritance. They're like, you've been running the numbers, Marjorie, and I watched you be very meticulous about the numbers and making them work. So I believe in you. When you get a deal, let's do this together. And this is where people are missing the boat, okay? Because they're not having enough conversations. The more conversations you have, the more deals you analyze, the offers you make, the more deals you'll close or create to close. But you can't just pull a deal off the internet and just have it done. Your private money lenders are watching you. All right? If you're speaking up. If you're not speaking up, they don't know. They're going to go watch somebody else. They're going to go play with somebody else. So if you want private money lenders to come to you, they're the ones that speak up. Right? Posting and saying, hey, I have this deal. This is what I'm working on, running the numbers. And then someone says, hey, Marjorie, I could be a part of that deal for $60,000. I could be a part of that deal for $100,000. I could be a part of that deal for $1 million. I could be a part of that deal. Like, you have no idea. So I've had money lenders come to me and say, is $2,000 enough? Yes, it is. You could be gap funding. Is $10,000 enough? In some cases, yeah, that could be repairs. Is $25,000 enough? Yes, that could be rehab and part of earnest money deposit or whatever, however that works out, right? And closing costs. Is $50,000 enough? Yes. I've even been asked, I only have $1 million, Joanna. Is that enough to invest in real estate? Yes. So private money lenders come to me all the time with what they have and how can they maximize it. Because if your money's sitting in the bank, you're not making any money. You get 0.0000, maybe something, right? If at all. Particularly none. So if your money's sitting there, it's not going to work. It's not making any money. It's not growing. You want it to go out and find friends. Okay? If you have your money in a retirement account, you can grow your retirement account by lending that on someone else's property and then growing it once you're getting payments or you close on it, refinance or sell the property. Now you've grown your retirement account a lot faster than just letting it sit there and do trading on stocks. You tracking with me? This is what people need to hear in order to work with you. Okay? Now, I don't care if you had $1 million in your pocket. Do not use your own money. Do not pay all cash for a property, because then your property's in jail, your money's in jail. And you're banking on appreciation to get it out. That is not a savvy investor way. Sadly enough, a lot of people think I'm only going to invest if I have all cash. That's not the fastest path to cash. That's not the fastest path to building an empire either. Okay? An empire could look like 5 properties, 12 properties, 20 properties, doors. Maybe you have a 6 unit, a 12 unit. Okay? So it's whatever your empire is. Okay? There's a lot of benefits for doing that with your 401k. Your Roth IRA, get it self-directed so that you can invest in what you want to invest in. Okay? And then understand, if you're not making conversations, if you're not talking to motivated sellers, if you're not talking to different team members, contractors, realtors, private money lenders, hard money lenders, having a deal in hand to be able to talk to people is much more difficult to do real estate. Okay? So just a little recap here. Hard money lenders are more institutionalized. They're going to base it off of the asset. Okay? They will ask you what your credit score is, but you don't need to have it ran. All right? Private money lenders is you and I. It's a handshake. That's the qualification. Yes, I like you. I'm going to work with you. I like the deal. Let's go. All right? Percentages, that could be anything. The rates, that could be anything. Hard money lenders is more set. That's like 12%, 13%. Private money lender is lower, so you want a private money lender. Okay? And if it's coming from a retirement account, it has to cover those costs. Okay? So, and the retirement account usually tells you it has to be at least 8%, whatever it is, right? Because that's how their systems work. So long as you're covering any penalties out of a 401k, any interest that they have to pay for having the money out, plus they get to make money, that's the best case scenario. Okay? And if you know anyone who has any money in the bank, it is wasting away. It's losing value because you're getting nothing and inflation is going up. So you want to meet and beat inflation, put it in something that's going to be more than inflation. Hopefully that makes sense for you. So and part of the recap too is watch out for scammers. Okay, private money lenders never yell out, hey, come, I got money, I want to lend. No private money lender does that. Okay, watch out for scammers. Be safe and have fun for fart knocking sake. Have some, I don't even know what that word was, but have fun. Have fun with real estate. Come join us inside of our group. Ask the questions, do the work, and let's roll on your real estate. Let me know what you need. Ask the questions in the chat. We'll circle back to you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and hope all you mothers out there had a great Mother's Day. God bless everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next training. Bye.